Hello, everybody. Wee Paddy from across the shuck, and it's just a wee chat this morning. I was sitting, as you know, I've moved all my knife gear and I've got my own little table now. And I was sitting thinking, the one question that I keep repeatedly ask myself and trying to look for another answer to it is I find my grail knife, and I seem to have found it very early in my knife collection or my knife hobby. Um, what's next? I hear so many people saying that once they get their grail knife, and these are people who have been about years. Once they get their grail knife, then they're automatically going on looking for the next grail knife. Well, this is my grail knife, and this has been my grail knife, I think, from the very first time I ever seen it, which was on a YouTube video years ago before I even had, many knives at all. I maybe had one or two knives that I used for bushcraft, and that was about it. So I fell in love with it the first time I seen it. I didn't realize how small it was until the first time I held it, because I had never seen it until I held it. And this was given to me by Jeff Jewell as a gift, which was so generous. Um, and to this day, this is still my grail knife. I haven't felt the need to look for another grail knife. I've wanted other knives, but not with the passion I had for this knife. I just when I got this in hand and I realised just how small it was, how it's not delicate by any means, and I can work hard, and I have worked it. The edge could do with a bit of a polish now, but I have used this knife to the max. It's used all the time, and I just love everything about it. I love the action of it, the free dropping. I just love the way it goes out. I mean, it's beautiful. And I hear people saying about Benchmades and the Axis lock, and that being um, the fidget factor is, the Benchmade and the Axis lock is wonderful. I don't use this now as I used to use this all the time as the fidget knife. Now it's still, look at that, it's still as smooth. I look after her, I take her out, I use her, I play with her, and I do what I've just done there now, and I'll touch her. My, nearly my grail is not necessarily how good the knife is, but it's how it feels in hand. What's it like to touch? How do I feel? Um, I see an awful lot of these titanium um, folders, and the great steels on them, but there just seem to be slabby sort of bits of metal that are sharp, and they don't have that's something different that a grill knife has. I don't know how to explain it, but I look at this and this still warms my heart. I just have so much pleasure out of it. It's unbelievable. And I still use it, and which is nice. I love using it. I don't want it to sit there and be just a knife. Now, I'm going to move that up there. Since I've got that, I've got other knives that one definitely I use more than the grail knife, and another one that I fidget more than the grail knife, and then I have now a separate um not they're not grails, but they're becoming. I think I'm coming to the conclusion that there's one I want, and that'll be my new grail. But it's been a slow process, and it's very much a touchy feely rather than a what's it made of and what does it look like. Does that make sense? I don't know whether that makes sense or not, but I'll go through the normal knives. I got myself this one here, and I got it because it's so light. I wear tracksuits an awful lot. It's so light you don't feel it in your pocket. It was a Benchmade. Again, there's not Oh, it's just so easy to open and close, and if you're doing any work, it's just so easy and gentle to use. I love it. I love the color blue. It's my favorite color. I use this more than I use probably most of the knives in my collection. I would use this the most because it is so light and I carry it so much. So obviously then I use it more. But come the evening time when I come in or I'm sitting down, it'll be neither of these two knives that I will fidget with for the knife. I maybe get this one out for a while. I'll not. I'll just throw this back into the drawer again. Now this is still my grail, and I can't tell you the love for this has never waned at all. But then another really kind gentleman, Jay over at the Knife Beater, gave me this blacked out murdered para 2, and I absolutely love it. I never thought I would ever get one because I had the Ganzo one, and to me they were so alike in size and what they'd done, although the Ganzo had an axis lock. I just didn't think, I didn't feel the need that I would need to spend that much money to get something like this. And then that's when I found out, do you know something? Sometimes you have to pay to get what this is. Uh, that compression lock changes everything. It changes my world. This would be my favorite footer knife ever. And I tend, strangely enough, I don't use this one as much as I use that or that. But at night times, I love, especially if the wife's not in the front room or during the day when she's out, I'll get this and I sit and play with it. Oh, sorry. I sit and play with it and I love it for they're not the prettiest knife, but as a work knife, as a shape of a blade, as a shape of a handle, everything about it is just a great knife. And to have those three knives in my collection again is beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought, because I'm on a very limited budget, so I never thought that I would get them. You know, never mind have all three of them. So, what next? I have now developed, or I have been developing this last sort of 8, 9 months. Traditional knives have now started to come into my way of thinking. And the reason is I've got so many knives around the 7.5 to 8.5 inches that I don't know, it's very hard for another shape to come along that does anything for me now that they do, and they do. But when I've got my grails that size, it's like I'm looking for something else that's not going to be because I don't believe anything can challenge this. That's how much I love that. But anyway, this was also given to me that started my new sort of craze. This Barlow was given to me by somebody who wants to remain anonymous. It was his father's. It's the Booker Barlow. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is another knife that I would sit and fiddle with and just enjoy feeling. And that is the difference between, that is my difference between traditional and the modern knife. Listen to that. I love the sound of the walk and talk. I really am now getting into it. This is only about a 6 maybe, even if it is at 5.5, 6. But it has got the most beautiful snap to it. Absolutely beautiful. But I can quite happily sit watching TV and just stroke all around that, where all the joins are. I just love doing that. This sounds like I'm having a bromance with a knife. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to explain. It's so hard to explain how my knife journey has gone, and I'm trying as as I'm not great at descriptive words, but I hope you can feel that That there started me off on then a traditional journey and starting to want traditional knives. Now, I have other ones that I've got there that I bought that people have given me, and I don't want anybody to feel upset if I'm not bringing theirs out, but I just wanted two of each plus my grail, so I just picked the two that genuinely the ones that I would use the most. This month, I bought myself, or probably about a month ago, I bought this one, and this is the lion steel, and this is a modern traditional. So I have the standard Barlow, which is just been out forever and ever, and then a modern traditional with a sheep's foot. It's the lion steel Dom, and just how beautiful is that? It's M390 blade steel, which means absolutely nothing as far as this knife goes, other than it will last a bit longer. you know, that was not the point of getting this knife. It was the look, it was the carbon fiber, it was the clean lines, it was the walk. It's got a lovely half stop. Listen to that. It is absolutely lovely. Again, this is about a six. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again, it's a knife that I'll quite happily sit with at night time and I just smooth over it. I'm going to do a review on this one because there was a couple of little downsides in this that really surprised me. But I love it. I mean, it is a beautiful knife. I absolutely love it. Um, that maybe even be a 6.5. So these two knives are knives that I will footer with, for want of a better word, and I'll touch and I'll caress, and that's the pleasure they give me. Apart from using them, again, they will go in my pocket in this weather when it's hot, or I'm around the house with tracky bottoms. If I'm going to do some work, this will be in it. But if just walking about, these two will be in it. Although they're heavier than this, strangely enough. But I like having them, and I have them in little slips. The Bookers in that slip, and my lion steel on this slip. So they go into my pockets and slips. Um, and weddings and funerals. I've just had my mother's funeral. I was able to take my little knife in a slip in my pocket, and it didn't feel out of place. It felt like the right thing to do to have it there. So, conclusion. When you get your grail knife, I personally haven't found that I have this urge to go and immediately get another knife. I seem to have had an urge to go and try new brands of knife, not brands, new traditional and modern traditional folders. More of the old school and less of the, I have 3 drawers full of knives there that are modern knives, around that 7.5 to 8.5 inches. These two are now becoming the ones that I find. These two, and there's many more. Of another Case Mini Trapper. I have another Booker one. These are the ones that I'm sitting enjoying, touching, feeling. There's something about them, especially the really traditional ones, more so than the modern. This, I just love the feel of this. I love the feel, and it's a Booker, and it's a Booker tree brand, which is it's made extremely well. But you can still feel a bit of the transitions. It's probably not as good as a GEC, which I haven't got to compare it against. But my wife is buying me one tomorrow. We're paying for it, and Mr. Gear Bear is selling me it, so it'll be coming from America hopefully in the next few days. And I am so looking forward. I've never held or seen a GEC knife, so it'll be just so exciting to get it and have it in my collection, because I'd said this year my goal for this year was to get a modern traditional and a GEC. I've got my modern traditional, which my wife again gave me the money to buy. So I've been very fortunate, and she got a new job and she got a pay rise. She said, "Right, I'm going to get you this GEC and then shut up and don't ask me for any more for the rest of the year. Of course, I agreed with her because she's always right. Bless her. I just love her. So I don't know. I don't know whether that story makes any difference. If you've got a story, or if you're in search of a grail knife, or you've had your grail knife and it didn't come up to standards, and you've changed and gone to another grail knife, or you've had maybe two or three and you've got them, I would love to hear from people what their grail knife is. Have they got it? What did they feel when they got it? And maybe show what they've done. And I'm not going to name anybody. I'm going to leave this as an open tag for anybody who's interested. If you put a video up, let me know you've put a video up about grail knives and your thoughts on them. And I shall put it up in my um, library for everybody else, as usual, who wants to look at it. So if you get a bit of time, please give me your thoughts on grail knives and how you're going with your grail knife and what you, I mean, everything about it. I'm interested in the whole spectrum of it, whether you've got it, not got it, you've had it, you didn't like it, you've had it, and then you've moved on and got another one. So thank you very much. A lot of old waffle as usual, but I enjoyed that little chat because it clears it up in my head when I look down there and I see beautiful pieces of artwork to me. They're not just knives. I just love everything about knives. They're not the same shape. They don't look at all like each other. But they have that common goal that as a knife lover, I love them. So there we go. Right. I have got a cup of tea from the Birdshot 4 channel that's going cold now. You can see the black. So I'm going to go and finish that and maybe do another wee video to get it in the bank. Thank you very much for watching. I'm away to finish my cup of tea. God bless you all. Bye bye.